Here is Gregory Keene to continue the story of the deadly Nightshade.
A couple of hours ago, I was left on the landing below Sherry Reed's house when she took the speedboat from under my nose and headed back towards Newport. She thought she was doing the right thing, I suppose. But I have to go after the Nightshade people to keep my neck out of a noose. Well, I'm after them now. Some fishermen landed me at Sherry's boathouse and garage, and that's when I started wondering. There was no sign of the speedboat. There was no sign of Sherry herself, but her car was still there. It's not now. I'm driving it, and I'm making for the Cunningham Towers as hard as I can go. Something happened to that girl tonight on my account. Before I run into any more trouble, I have to find out what.
I wish you wouldn't make such an awful noise, miss. You'll have half the block of ruddy flats knocking at your door. Now, you keep quiet, Nobody's going to hurt you, see?
Who are you?
We'll come to that. First of all, are you Miss Sherry Reed?
Yes.
Did you expect to find anyone here when you walked in?
No, of course not. How did you get in?
It's the thing I'm pretty good at. Having had a lot of practice, as you might say. You're sure you thought your apartment was empty?
Yes.
Well, now, you come with me. Through this door here.
No, I won't. Who are you? What do you want?
Miss, nobody's going to hurt you. I've told you once. Now, just walk in front of me. Open that door. Now, look. Well, do you know him?
I've never seen him before in my life.
What you'd call an ugly-looking customer. When I came in, there he was. He sprung out from behind your hangings. He had a gun. So I took it away from him and gave him a couple of biffs to teach him better manners. Tied him up and gagged him. He'll wake up in about 10 minutes.
Now I know who you are.
The Major told you the colour of me bonny blue eyes, did he?
You're Tommy Cutts. That's who you are. You're the man he talks about.
Pleased to meet you, miss.
Oh, you're not one of the others. You're Tom Cutts. When did you get here? Keene's at my house on the Hawkesbury. Oh, Cutts, I thought that... Keene says they could cut you in halves and you'd come up fighting. Tonight there were men waiting for me at the boathouse. I didn't know what to do. If they get Keene, they'll kill him. He's been half killed already. I thought you were one of them.
Oh, here, this won't do. Now, come along, miss. No need to cry your eyes out.
Oh, days I've been trying to hang on to him, but all he wants to do is get himself killed.
Major Keene?
I'm sorry to bawl at you, Cutts, but I've been scared stiff. The police have been here looking for him. They think he's someone called Sammy Rice, and he killed a man.
All right. Now, you start at the beginning and tell me all about it. Then you take me along with you to see the Major. When us two get together, all your troubles will be over. Yeah. You want to answer it, miss?
Oh, yes, I'd better. Yes?
Sherry, are you all right?
Yes, Keene. Where are you?
The phone box not far from your flat. Is the coast clear?
Oh, get here quickly. Go down into the basement garage and come up in the lift from there.
I'm on my way.
Don't hang up. I've simply wonderful news for you, Keene. Tommy Cutts is here.
What? Do you mean to say
He's actually with me now.
Hold the fort, Sherry. I'll be with you in 3 minutes flat. And if you want to know what to do with yourself till I get there, give the blighter the biggest kiss you've got for me.
I might even do that. Just hurry, that's all.
I can't understand it. Dusick and I saw the girl approaching her boathouse in the launch. Stephen saw her arrive at the Cunningham Towers 20 minutes ago in a car. He saw her go inside, and Alexis was waiting for her. So we should have heard from him.
Did she arrive alone, Felix?
Yes.
Is Stephen sure there's no police watch on her apartments?
Stephen's not certain. I am. Henry Murray and his detectives are leaving her alone.
How do they expect to catch Keene or Sammy Rice without following Sherry Reed?
Well, Murray says she's hiding Keene out at some other place of hers. We happen to know he's right. Murray's confident he'll run them both down at the hideout together.
But how does he propose to find it?
You're not in Nazi Germany or fascist Italy now, Carlotta. You can't own property in this country without there being a record of it. You can conceal your ownership, but a little patient research will turn it up. That's what Murray's doing.
If Murray's men can search records, why can't you?
I can't afford to show too much interest in the girl, or for that matter, Sammy Rice either. Are you going to probe and natter all night?
What should I do? Sit in stunned silence while I wait for your man Alexis to report to us?
We'll give him half an hour and then phone the penthouse. If someone else answers, it'll give us an idea what's happened, and Stephen will have to carry the ball.
But will Alexis answer the telephone, if he's still there?
He has his instructions. Of course he will. If the phone goes and it's a friend of Sherry Reed's, all he has to do is say wrong number and drop the phone.
All this move and counter move, it's driving me insane. We've never had to walk a tightrope like this before.
We've never had a character like Keene to cope with before. Look, why don't you drink some absinthe and calm down? We're closing in hour by hour.
You must seize that girl quickly and bring her here. Oh, I was wrong last night, I admit it.
I can do little more than raise one eyebrow at that, Carlotta, dear, unless you'd like me to say I told you so.
Please, do not gloat. Last night it seemed better by far to let this Sherry Reed lead us to Keene and not involve her at all. But we cannot wait.
We're waiting half an hour now. We can afford to give Alexis that long.
But no longer. I don't care what risk we run, Felix. No hazards we take in getting this Sherry Reed and forcing her to betray Keene are as bad as having Keene alive.
You want her brought here to this house, do you?
Yes.
Why?
If she is stubborn, even my Guzik's heart might soften. But mine won't. And I think I shall take you up on that absinthe, Felix. Arrange it for me. I want to dip slowly through a loaf of sugar. Oh, I detest about the way these people swallow their kernels.
So that's my story. Cuts, chapter and verse. Now let's hear from you.
Well, first there was a signal to London from Evelyn Channel.
Mm-hmm.
They've a bloke in your shoes called Nicholas Barnes, and he's a bad at. We looked him up. Right on top of the first message, we get a second one at my home address.
I sent it.
That's right, miss. Well, Major, Colonel Fentress and me, we put our heads together at my place. We didn't know what to do because this bloke Huberman's a big boy and we didn't know where anyone stood, not even you. So, here I am. Not working for anyone, just a private individual like.
Yes, well, that clears up Evelyn Channel. What did she have to say about Huberman?
Nothing.
Can't understand that.
I brought a copy of her message with me. Mostly it says this Barnes was being run in and she hadn't any idea what they'd done with you. But I can tell you this. They don't know yet that Evelyn Channel's onto this Barnes.
She wouldn't be alive if they did.
No, sir. And it's been funny. You ought to have seen the screeds Huberman and Barnes have been feeding us in London about how you're busy running down Bruno Kesselring and how you found out he went straight back to Singapore.
Yes, funny. Now you know.
Yes, sir.
Well, let's hear from you, Sherry. What happened to you tonight?
I was just going into the boathouse, taking it quietly over the sandbank. I saw the lights of a car pulling up, so I stayed well out and waited. Then there were voices, some from the car, some from the boathouse. Then the first car drove away, and soon after another one. I gathered someone was waiting for me, and the first car frightened them away.
So they're onto the boathouse, eh? You've been followed that far. Where's the boat now?
I tied it up at a fishing pier right round Pittwater. I came into town in a bus and took the risk of coming here because I had to get in touch with you.
Are there plenty of landings up and down the river that we can use?
Oh, for small craft, hundreds of them.
Good. That means we can still use your house as a base of operations. If we never use the same landing twice, and if you don't mind leaving a car in the open, we'll be untraceable.
That's unless they manage to tail us one night.
Oh, I can't be followed without knowing it, and neither can you. Now, look here, Tom. What were Colonel Fentress's last instructions to you?
Well, if you were alive and kicking, you were to go ahead under your own steam. You're the skipper. If you were dead, then we're going to start after Kesselring again from a different direction.
Well, that's all I want to know. Leave a free hand. So here's where we lay down the first drill. From now on, Sherry will spend most of her time at the Hawkesbury house. When she's out of it, she'll never drive alone. Either you or me must be with her. Got that, Cuts?
Yes, sir.
Now, Sherry, that car of yours isn't fast enough, and it's too noticeable. How far will you back us?
Oh, to the limit, you know that.
Well, we want a late model of a popular make, English or American doesn't matter, so long as there are hundreds like it on the road. We have to be mobile, and we must have a fast but ordinary car.
You've practically got one.
Good. Now, I want you to lock this penthouse up when we leave tonight. We won't be back. We'll work from the river house, the three of us. That's if I'm not taking too much for granted.
Don't talk like an idiot, Keene. Of course Tom Cutts comes with us.
Uh-huh. Then our only unfinished business before we get going is the fellow in the corner that you knocked out, Cutts. I wish I knew whether he was just an ordinary burglar or one of Huberman's boys. Yes, he's quite a problem. No, Sherry. I'll take that. Yeah?
Is that you, Alexis?
Yeah, this is Alexis. Hello. Hello, you there? Hello.
What was that, sir?
Wake him up, Cutts. He's not such a problem after all. His name's Alexis, and he does work for Huberman. Cutts didn't double my strength. He backed it up 10 times. He was my rook and my knight and my bishop, and the instant I heard Sherry say Tom Cutts was here, I knew I couldn't lose the game. We're taking a round right now. We're coming out of our corner to see what we can get out of Alexis.
Alexis talks too much in the next chapter of Deadly Nightshade.